They creep up and the sensation of fingers ghosting briefly on my arm causes me to freeze and hiss.
Don't!
I half expected her to be there.
Whoa, no need to scream bloody murder. It's just me. Quiet down before you break glass.
But it's just whiskey.
All the reason to scream then.
Yeah, for real though.
Hello everyone and welcome back to 4pixels. Your host Kime and Cook are here with guests Buttons and Layflay from Cacophony of Games, and we are continuing the letter.
Of course. I've been wrong on many occasions before. Maybe there is plenty harm in pretending that I care. Because pretending that I care might lead to actually caring. Being alone in the same room as the missus leaves me reeling, as I find myself paying too much attention to her. It seems so borderline unhealthy, how much I'm getting obsessed, even if it's just by looking. And it's the little, insignificant things that I notice, like the way she plays with her hair or how she smooths down her dress.
Up, higher, come on now.
A Whiskey's annoying voice in the other room helps pull me back to the ground. I'm just looking, aren't I? I know that someone like her wouldn't even look at someone like me. Still, there's some time to turn around this bad decision.
I'd really like to thank you for inviting me to breakfast, Mrs. Wright. But I already ate, so I should really go back to work.
Nonsense! You arrived so early. You must not have gotten a proper meal. Sit. I'd situate us in the dining hall, but it is a mess right now.
Her concern is sweet, as is her smile. But I'm really not here for idle chit-chat, something I keep forgetting.
More food!
God, that looks so good. Is that a mimosa?
Yeah.
We're both distracted when the food arrives, and it's enough for me to stay, at least until the meal is over. No more, no less. Just to be polite. Thankfully, the conversation steers into a topic I'm comfortable with. Work. This goes on for a bit, and I can't be more relieved. Most people don't understand calling me a workaholic, but I chose to work in a field I'm enthusiastic about. So what if my career is also my hobby?
But no, really, how have you liked it so far?
Oh, it has been wonderful, believe me. Everything is going smoothly too. It has been a long time since I've worked on something on this grand a scale. Nowadays, everyone is about condos and flats, living in the city where every room is an identical box. Believe me, this is very refreshing.
We lived in a condo before this, Marianne.
I didn't mean any insult.
It's fine, sweetie. Look at you, all frazzled. I was just pulling your leg. Luke wanted that penthouse when we got married, and you can thank him for purchasing this place as well.
Wait, doesn't she own the house? I'm pretty sure. I've no business with it though. It's theirs to hash out. But apparently, the momentary confusion had been visible on my face.
Don't be fooled. I'm just the treasury.
Oh, baby.
I wouldn't be able to make a purchase this grand without his seal of approval.
I see.
That's it? That's all you have to say?
Yes. What else is there to it? Without warning, this nice friendly chat devolved into something horrible. Something sad.
But I really don't know what to say, Mrs. Wright. We were talking of no topic in particular, and
Luke. We were talking about Luke.
about him not eating breakfast with you?
About him treating me as if I were some treasury.
Despite my general dislike of the upper class, I sometimes feel pity for them. They may have all the money in the world where material things aren't a problem, but they don't even see where they've become, where they've ended up, or what they've done most of the time. They're shut in by their own trap, forced to play along with society's expectations, and do anything to stay where they are and to keep what they have. A world where even people feel or are treated like they are mere possessions. When someone is at the top, the only way for them to go is down. I've worked with many Hannahs and Lukes and Whiskies, but I've never been one of them. I don't pretend to understand their world any deeper than that. I merely know what I've witnessed before. She looks lost, speechless at how she betrayed herself. My pity for the likes of her returns. Nothing but pity moves me as I speak before she can say anything else that might ruin or break her.
I won't speak a word, Mrs. Wright. Not only am I contractually obliged to, it would also go against my principles. This is no one else's business but your own, and it should be kept between the two of you. And whoever you wish to seek counsel from.
Please, Marianne. You have to understand. These sort of affairs, if anyone were to know this, they could just twist it and we'll be ruined. All I ask for is your silence on the matter.
The way she practically begs me to keep quiet about it is disheartening. I have no plans of speaking about anything I hear, especially if it is about their private affairs. But the way she looks at me, the way she just expects some sort of fallout because of this, makes my heart clench.
Well, I'm keeping that information confidential as well.
It's not like I have any other choice, do I?
Thank you.
When the last of the food and drink is gone, the door opens as if on cue.
Madam, the photographer from Luxury Living is here.
This was a wonderful meal, Marianne. You're free to return to your duties. I must excuse myself.
It was my pleasure. And thank you for the food as well.
She stands up to leave, and all I want to do is to reassure her again, to prove that I am someone she can trust. So, when she looks back my way, I didn't fight the smile that found its way on my face. I feel giddy. But the feeling dies down afterwards, as I sober up. Oh well, back to work. Soon enough, I find myself drawn to the kitchen, where the right butler has returned to. He's already claimed the space, and telling movers to back off, and none dares to question his proclamation either.
My kitchen. No kinder allowed. Little men running around with knives especially. We do not want any accidents to happen now, do we? Good? Good.
I mean, it is a knife-wielding German standing there. I don't think anybody would be insane enough to refuse his request.
I hope I meet the age restriction, or at least the height restriction, because I'm asking to be let in here.
You are allowed inside, McCulloch, but not the little ones.
Shake of my head and a roll of my eyes is all I give him. Not like I'm going to be of any trouble to him. I just need to look around, get to my bearings. The breakfast has been distraction enough. I don't even want to think about what we just talked about. I just need to get my head straight and get back to work. The movers work efficiently, even when they're left alone, and they do quick work of their responsibilities. The head fireman comes, standing in the doorway, to consult me on this or that, and I have to go help out every now and then. But they pretty much have everything up to standards. They skip lunch entirely, not even realising when they do so. Nevertheless, all is well as the butler gets to heating up the leftover bubble and All is well as the butler gets to heating up the leftover bubble and squeak from breakfast and makes a generous batch of fish and chips for them. Most likely simple in comparison to what he serves to the Wrights, but well done nonetheless.
That smells good. Want to wrap up some for me to go?
It's an idle observation more than anything. My thoughts, as they are, preoccupy me.
If there are any left. One can't go wrong with fish and chips. Everyone loves them. Even my husband. And he's American.
Accurate, though. I do hate getting up close and personal with my clients. It's a distraction. It is obvious to me that I've gotten my priorities all wrong when I can't help but think about what I heard, what I learned about the Wright couple. These things have a way of creeping up on a person. Thoughts, ideas, whether they are fact or fiction. They creep up and fester, crawl and writhe in a way that twists. I hear giggling, delighted and mocking. They creep up and... The sensation of fingers ghosting briefly on my arm causes me to freeze and hiss.
Don't!
I half expected her to be there.
Whoa, no need to scream bloody murder. It's just me. Quiet down before you break glass.
But it's just whiskey.
All the reason to scream then.
Yeah, for real,
Yeah.
bro.
Don't do that again. Ever.
I don't like being scared. Though I don't believe in the likes of spooks, being startled is not on the top of the list of things Marianne liked. Lucky for him, I have nothing within reach, or he would have gotten on friendly terms with something like a rolling pin.
What was with that reaction? You
Don't let
really
that stop you.
scared.
For real.
Just do it.
Has Johan's been telling you ghost stories? He just loves to scare people. Isn't that right, Brother Gurium?
The butler's expression is unreadable. I hardly see any emotion on his face to begin with since I started working for the Wrights, aside from vague amusement. There must have been something there, though, judging from Mr. Wright's own content look. The expression on Mr. Wright's face is almost cruel. But neither of them speak, even as Johannes leaves the room to serve the workers their late lunch.
So, now that we're alone, Marianne, what are you so jumpy for?
I was just thinking about all the urban legends the movers have been telling me about this place.
Don't tell me you believe in that tosh. They're nothing but tales made up to scare children. Timmy, Billy, don't you dare go up to that big mansion and get in trouble there. The ghosts are going to get you.
That's a boring way to look at it, but that's usually what it is anyway, no? Like I said, I was just thinking.
It would be a relief, actually, if those rumours of this place being haunted is true. That just means I'm not going bonkers. Hearing, let alone seeing a dead person, isn't exactly the symptom of a healthy mind. Sure, it means there would be such things as ghouls and goblins. But at least I'd be sane. On the other hand, there would actually be a dead girl walking around.
Mm-hmm.
If you could excuse the inane question, Mr. Wright, you haven't noticed anything weird here?
A simple enough question on the surface, yet I notice the man stiffen as the question leaves my mouth. I wouldn't have noticed it if I wasn't watching his reaction intently, but in his eyes, I see something dangerous.
That depends on your definition of the word weird. Are we still on the topic of this place being haunted? Because no, things have not started to fly around and we have yet to require an exorcism. I don't think my head would like to do the whole 180-degree turn thing.
Well, maybe that, but no strange people?
Aside from my usually weird butler and all the weird men traipsing around touching my things? No, not really. Why do you ask? Have you noticed anyone strange while you were here? Because you must report it to Johans and he'll have security handle it. But these reports better not be about ghosts and things that go bump in the night. I don't want to waste manpower on the boogeyman or senseless witch hunts.
I'll keep that in mind, Mr. Wright. But no, it's nothing like that. I guess the mansion is just strange for me. It's a unique project.
No strange men or women lurking about then?
A dead teenager would technically qualify as strange.
Technically.
But, yeah. The whole I see dead people thing isn't going to go over well.
None that I know of. But I'll inform Johans immediately if something comes up.
I'm serious, Mint. You see anything, anyone suspicious, and you report it. Immediately.
I think that goes without saying.
The concern he have on the talk of security is quickly gone. His arrogant, smug smirk returns, if a bit subdued. Whatever smarmy remark or innuendo he has at the ready never comes through, as voices from the dining hall ring out.
So, is this a full-time job for you then?
So, yeah.
Rude.
I just freelance mostly for magazines, newspapers, and events. So you can't really call it a full-time job.
See, this is the part where if we had lied as Hannah about spending time with Zach, he would have found out.
Oh. Good thing we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun and it puts food on the table, but it's not what I really want to do. At least not all the time.
That would be the magazine photographer, I presume. As always, Mrs. Wright talks in such a kind and cheery fashion, no matter who she's talking with. It certainly puts people at ease around her. It sounds like it's working on the photographer too. Hearing them, though, seems to put Mr. Wright in a sour mood. It doesn't look so much sour as dejected.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, don't make us have feelings for him. Shut up. God.
you know they're setting it up for that.
Yeah. At least, if a small scowl is anything to go by. Is he jealous?
I'm going towards bottom option.
I am too, but I have been wrong 2 for 2 in this chapter, so.
No, the last one was not your fault. The last one was complete ridiculous. It was completely ridiculous.
Honestly, I don't think Marianne's the type who'd successfully manage to lighten the mood.
Yeah,
True.
true
Accurate.
too.
She doesn't seem like she's very good at jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so then...
Hey, are you alright there, Whiskey? You're looking like you need a serious drink.
Let's see. Yes, this is an update that Buttons just said. Now we know for sure if something has gone up or down. So this went up.
Ooh.
Yay!
Finally.
Finally, we didn't totally fuck it up.
I mean, like, finally we know.
Yeah.
You had to take a ruler every time before.
Film. Documentaries mostly. But cinematography is a lot more difficult than photography, right? I was working on the thing, actually.
I'm fine. Just a bit winded from all that moving about. It's been a long day.
And the day's not over yet. So if you can excuse the bloodness, you either shape up to help or ship out back to your room and let us do the rest of the work.
He hesitates. Eyes locked firmly on the door that led to the dining hall. Even now, we can still hear as Mrs. Wright and the photographer chit-chat in between shots.
It's not my place to say this, but she really does seem to care a lot about you, you know?
There's no need to remind me of that.
Oh no! Don't give me feelings for this asshole.
You're going to get feelings and you're going to
Oh.
hate it.
This chapter has been the chapter of I hate feelings.
All kinds of feelings.
A strange smile appears on his face before he shuts his eyes and sighs.
Tell the workers that you're all dismissed early.
That's nice and all, Whiskey, but we really shouldn't just take off. Delays aren't a good thing when it comes to big projects like these. The sooner we tackle certain issues, the better.
Do you guys notice how they use their nicknames when they're being super serious with each other?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also earlier she made a distinction between Whiskey and Luke.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I trust you can take care of these issues another day. Don't make me ask again, Mint. Just tell the others they can go home early, and to not worry, they'll still get paid the remaining hours.
I don't know what prompted this. With the hour he's putting on there, I know better than to meddle and prod further. Besides,
Fine, you're the boss.
walking out of the kitchen, I just accept the fact that whatever he says will go on. I just accept the fact that whatever he says will go while under his roof. Mrs. Wright and the photographer are still far too busy in conversation to notice me, even as I make my way through the dining hall. Besides, I didn't want to ruin their fun.
Well, it wasn't really a big thing. People didn't like Blue Fonzie very much.
People don't like a film about colors. I suppose they would have liked Blue Bibby a lot more.
Going to the foyer has me stumble upon the family butler once more, who raises a brow at my presence.
And where are you off to in a hurry, Miss McCulloch? The foreman is looking for you.
The Bratwurst wants us off the clock. He's dismissing us early because of... Oh, I don't know. He just wants us out of here.
I'll go and call a cab for you then. It would be for the best that you leave when he asks you to.
I don't doubt it. My ride back to the city doesn't take too long to get here. Okay, but where's the new one?
Oh, right here.
Oh.
Uh-huh. To keep her mind off of things that haunted her, Maria and McCullough focused on assisting the Wrights during their moving. Later that afternoon, she was seen chatting with Luke Wright, who then demanded she and the rest of her crew take an early leave.
I read this one already. Granted, there were some difficulties at first, because the driver didn't know where the Ermengarde mansion is. How?
How, yeah. Is it like the most famous thing around?
He's a newbie. He just came into the city.
Watch it be friggin' Ashton. He tried to have us hand over GPS coordinates from our smartphones, or some other technobabble I don't care about, and the butler didn't understand. But as soon as we told him it's that haunted mansion over in Anslem village, he knew just the place.
Uh-huh.
And finally headed over, albeit with some hesitation. All the way back to the city, the driver keeps complaining about that place giving him the willies. It gave me willies too. I would have loved to snap at him. But as soon as the thought occurs to me, another blossoms in the forefront of my mind. One that has somehow bothered me greatly, more than my exasperation over whiskey in this project, or wanting all of it to stop. There has been no Lorraine whispering over my ears today. Worse, I find myself searching for it. Searching for her. Damn New Yearthy. Loose ends. Fucking bloody loose ends everywhere. I thought I've already moved past this years ago. And it does nothing to help me curb my frustration. If anything, it only ensures that I want a stiff drink. And where else do I go to drink? Tuesdays are for karaoke. And Wednesdays? Improv. Usually, these four guys do hilarious games. The one, oh my fucking god, this is a Whose Line Is It Anyway reference.
Yep.
The one with Irish drinking songs are always a crowd favourite. Though I love a good laugh, stand-up comedy isn't my thing. And without camera or any other distractions, I end up drinking a lot more this time. And when there's several bottles of beer in me, I get really, really embarrassing.
Hey! G! Psst! G! Come over here! I need you for something!
Oh, Lord above. It's a good thing that the bartender is a nice fellow. I'd probably have been kicked out of other places by now. Or worse. If push comes to shove, all he would do is give me an easy smile and a shake of his head, even when he's attending to other customers. Just like now.
Give me a moment, will ya? I gotta go check on her.
He's some Asian boy? And I'm pretty sure I've seen him before a couple of times, although he never talks to anyone else except G. Oh, Ashton?
That's what I'm gonna assume.
Ba ba ba.
The girls used to be all over him too, but he always turned them away.
I'll be here. You go do that.
Wow.
You can't just say that!
So mean.
All right,
Amazing.
all right. What is it?
Is when the bartender first started thinking, I was like, that's the same voice for the Lee guy, and now it kind of looks like him a little too.
The Lee guy?
The one who was hitting on Hana a lot in her chapter.
The
Rochelle's husband.
police
Oh,
person?
okay.
Side job.
Undercover job?
Maybe.
Do you need someone to help you get home?
Bartender, pour the wine.
Oh, Lord above, Marianne.
Marianne, please.
I think that's enough alcohol for you, little missy. I'm cutting you off.
Oh God, I relate spiritually. A whine comes from the back of my throat as he pulls my bottle away. I have no hope of getting them back once they're behind the counter. Even in my drunken mind, I don't dare hop over for him.
And with that, we shall leave drunken Marianne alone.
Good lord.
Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, Shades. That was very startling. Alright, well, let's go ahead and give it a shot. Hopefully it'll
Yeah.
chill out. Is it
Eventually,
buffering a lot?
or- For me, it's probably about a good, 10-second delay, but it's not really buffering, so...
Okay. Alright. Well then, hello everyone, and welcome to Cacophony of Games! This is the beginning of a very long project that Leif and I are doing.
Boy, is it! Are you regretting it yet?
No, I am very determined.
So, to explain the project, Coco and I both realized that we haven't played through the entire Final Fantasy series. I've played 9, I've played 7, I've played 12, I played a little bit of 14. I never really played anything before 7, though, because they were either hard to get or whatever the case. Coco, which games have you played, if any?
As far as playing the entire game goes, I've played the entirety of 6, 10, and 12, and I've played major portions of 7 and... just 7. I never finished 7. But, so, I've dabbled a tiny bit in, so many of them, but never gotten very far.
Yeah, to be fair, I technically didn't finish 7, but I got all the way up to the point where you're supposed to fight Sephiroth. And then I was just like, alright, I already know what happens for the rest of the game. I don't honestly care, so I'm just gonna stop playing. Because I'm an asshole. So yeah, we're basically taking turns. I believe Coco has most of the odd numbers, and I have most of the even numbers. I'll double check my spreadsheet later. But yeah, so we're starting off with the original Final Fantasy, which is flickering like a bitch. Holy shit. It's a ghost!